Today, we're talking about one of the saddest and most shocking events in the entertainment industry: the tragic deaths of celebrities due to murder. Many of these individuals were at the peak of their careers, with bright futures ahead of them, but their lives were tragically cut short by violent acts, leaving their fans, friends, and families in disbelief. The impact of their loss can still be felt today, and their legacies will continue to live on through their art, music, and movies. Biggie was a rapper who rose to fame in the 1990s with his smooth flow and clever lyrics. He was known for his larger-than-life personality, as well as his impact on the East Coast rap scene. He had a unique style that had set him apart from other rappers of the time, and his music continues to be celebrated by fans all over the world. It's not clear if this is where Biggie got his stage name from, but regardless, it fits his larger-than-life personality and his impact on the rap game. Unfortunately, Biggie's life was cut short in 1997, when he was tragically murdered. His death sent shockwaves through the music industry and left his fans, friends, and family devastated. Despite his short career, Biggie's influence on rap and pop culture can still be felt today. John Lennon. John Lennon, a former member of the Beatles and a leader in the music industry, was tragically killed on December 8, 1980. According to reports, Lennon was shot by an obsessed fan and was rushed to Roosevelt Hospital in a police car. Despite the desperate efforts to save his life, the news of Lennon's death spread quickly and inspired a worldwide outpouring of grief. Crowds gathered at Roosevelt Hospital and in front of the Dakota, the place where he was shot, to mourn the loss of the legendary musician. Sadly, at least 3 Beatles fans reportedly died by suicide in the aftermath of Lennon's death. Lennon was cremated at Ferncliff Cemetery in Hartsdale, New York, the day after his death. He left behind a legacy of incredible music and messages of peace, love, unity that continue to inspire people to this day. John F. Kennedy. The assassination of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, is one of the most significant events in American history. On Friday, November 22, 1963, President Kennedy was on a campaign visit to Dallas, Texas, where he was riding in a motorcade through Dealey Plaza. At around 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Kennedy was shot and mortally wounded, marking a turning point in the country's history. The accused killer of President Kennedy was Lee Harvey Oswald, a former U.S. Marine who had embraced Marxism and defected for a time to the Soviet Union. The assassination shocked the world and sparked a wave of grief and mourning across the United States and beyond. To this day, the events of November 22, 1963, continue to captivate the public imagination and inspire countless theories and conspiracy theories. President Kennedy's legacy lives on, and he is remembered as one of the most charismatic and inspiring leaders in American history. His words and actions continue to inspire people across the globe, and his untimely death remains one of the most tragic events in modern history. Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential and iconic rappers of all time, was tragically taken from the world in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996. At just 25 years old, Tupac was stopped at a red light in his car when he was shot 4 times in the chest by an unknown gunman in a white Cadillac. Despite being hospitalized, Tupac couldn't survive his wounds, and he passed away just 6 days later. Tupac was more than just a rapper. He was a cultural icon, and his death sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. To this day, the murder of Tupac Shakur remains one of the greatest mysteries in music history. With uncooperative witnesses and a lack of pursuit of gang-related leads, leading to an unsolved case. However, despite the tragedy of his death, Tupac's legacy lives on through his music and the many fans who continue to adore him. Tupac's influence on hip-hop and popular culture is undeniable, and his impact on the world will continue to be felt for generations to come. André Escobar. André Escobar, a Colombian soccer player known for his calm demeanor and sportsmanship on the field, was tragically killed on July 2, 1994. On the night before his murder, Escobar was out with friends, enjoying the nightlife in his hometown of Medellin, Colombia. However, the night took a dark turn. The following morning, Escobar was found shot dead. The murder was believed to be a retaliation for an own goal he scored in a World Cup match against the United States. Escobar's own goal contributed to Colombia's rapid exit from the Cup and a tragic end to his life. André Escobar's murder sent shockwaves throughout the world and remains a tragic reminder of the dangerous consequences of violence in sports. He will always be remembered as the gentleman of the field, and his legacy lives on through his contributions to the sport of soccer. Princess Diana. In the early hours of August 31st, 1997, the world was shocked by the tragic news of Princess Diana's death. Diana, Princess of Wales, was a beloved figure who had captured the hearts of people all over the world with her beauty, grace, and compassion. Princess Diana and her partner, Dodi Fayed, were in Paris that fateful night when their car crashed in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. Henry Paul, their chauffeur, was also in the car, and all three of them lost their lives upon impact. The news of Princess Diana's death was immediately followed by an outpouring of grief from all over the world. People gathered outside Buckingham Palace in London to pay their respects and lay flowers in memory of the beloved princess. Princess Diana's funeral was held in London 5 days after her death, and it was watched by millions of people around the world. The world mourned the loss of such a remarkable woman, and her legacy continues to live on 20 years after her death. Princess Diana will always be remembered as the people's princess, and her death remains one of the most tragic and poignant events in recent history. XXX Tentacion. On June 18, 2018, the world was stunned by the news of the murder of the talented and influential rapper XXX Tentacion. He was only 20 years old when his life was just tragically cut short. XXX Tentacion, whose real name was Jose Duane Ricardo Onfroy, had built a massive following due to his unique style and powerful lyrics. His music spoke to many people, particularly the youth, and his influence was felt across the world. However, this bright light was extinguished on that fateful day in Florida. The rapper was approached by two men while he was at Riva Motorsports, an upscale seller of motorcycles and watercraft in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The dealership's surveillance video showed that the two men tried to rob XXX Tentacion of a Louis Vuitton bag filled with $50,000 in cash. In a brutal act of violence, the robbers shot him in the neck before fleeing the scene. This devastating event sent shockwaves through the music industry and the world. Fans and fellow musicians were left in disbelief, and many paid tribute to the rapper who had left an indelible mark on the world. As we come to the end of this journey through the lives and deaths of some of the most famous celebrities, it is important to remember the impact they had on our culture and the world. They left behind a legacy of music, art, inspiration that will continue to live on. And while the manner of their passing was tragic, it serves as a reminder that life is precious and should be cherished. Thank you for joining us on this somber journey. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. We have many more interesting and thought-provoking topics lined up, so stay tuned for more. And as always, please leave your comments and thoughts below. Until next time.